Alex, what do you think of this report? Your mind goes blank. Not because you don't know, but because your English disappears.
It feels like I just froze.
If that has ever happened to you, this episode is for you. You are in a meeting. People are talking, you are following everything. And then suddenly, it is your turn.
Yeah, that moment.
Your heart starts beating, your hands feel cold, and your thoughts stop moving.
I know what I want to say, but I can't say it.
That moment is what we are fixing today. Now, imagine this. You are sitting at the table. Your manager's speaking. The screen is full of numbers. Everyone looks calm. And then...
Alex?
Alex! What do you think?
You look up.
Everyone turns toward you.
Yeah.
Your chest feels tight. Your brain goes quiet. And time feels slow.
It feels like everyone is waiting and I'm trapped.
And that silence, that heavy silence, is louder than anything else.
I'm not stupid, I just feel nervous.
Exactly. And that is why this moment is so hard. Not because you don't have ideas, but because pressure changes everything.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So, today, we are going back into that meeting, slowly, clearly, and calmly. So the next time someone says,
Alex, what do you think?
You will know exactly what to say.
I'm ready.
Good. Let's go back into the meeting. All right. You are back in that meeting. Everyone is looking at you. Your boss is waiting. And this is the most important moment. Because you don't need a perfect answer. You need a first sentence.
Just something to start.
Exactly. The biggest mistake people make is trying to be smart first. But the smartest thing is to stay calm first. So, the first thing you say is, I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
That one sentence keeps you inside the conversation. It buys you a little space.
It feels safe.
It is safe, and it sounds confident. Now, imagine the room again. Your manager just asked you a question. You say, I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
Look what happens. The pressure drops. Just a little.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like panic anymore.
Because you didn't freeze. You spoke. And that changes everything. Here's another first sentence you can use. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
This one is powerful because it sounds thoughtful, not nervous.
It feels more professional.
Exactly. Now let's connect it to the moment. Your boss looks at you. You say, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Now the room knows you are thinking, not panicking.
I like that.
Good, because you don't need to be fast. You need to be steady. Here is one more very natural starter. Let me think about that for a moment.
Let me think about that for a moment.
That sentence gives you control.
It feels like I'm not being rushed.
Because you aren't. So, remember, when you are put on the spot, you don't jump into answers. You step into the conversation.
With a calm first sentence.
Exactly. And now, once you have that space, we can decide what to say next.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
Good. Let's keep going. Now that you have your first sentence, the room is quieter. People are listening, not judging.
It already feels better.
Good. Now we take the next step. You don't need a long speech. You only need one clear thought. The easiest way to do that is to start with, I think.
I think.
That's it. Those two words turn your ideas into speech.
It feels simple.
Because it is. So let's go back to the meeting. Your boss asked a question. You already said, I see what you're saying. Now you add, I think.
I think this approach could work.
Perfect. Not perfect English, perfect communication.
It feels less scary when it's short.
Exactly. Long answers create pressure. Short answers create confidence. Here's another very natural way to continue. From my side.
From my side.
That phrase tells the room this is your view, not the final answer.
That feels safe.
Because it is. So now you have, I see what you're saying, I think, from my side.
3 ways to start.
Yes, and 3 ways to stay calm. Let's practice it together. Your manager asks a question.
I see what you're saying.
Good.
I think this plan is okay.
Good.
From my side, it looks possible.
Excellent. See what happened? You didn't freeze. You spoke.
Yeah, it felt smooth.
That's what confidence sounds like. Not fast, not perfect, just clear.
I didn't even panic.
Exactly. And next, we will show you how to buy time if your mind goes empty again. Now, let's talk about a very real moment. You understand the question, but your answer is not ready yet.
That happens a lot.
Most people think that means they are stuck, but in meetings, people do something else. They buy time.
Without saying, I don't know?
Exactly. When someone asks you something, you don't have to answer immediately. You acknowledge it.
Like we did before.
Yes, and now you add one more thing. You say what you are doing.
What do you mean?
For example, you say something like, let me look at this for a second.
That sounds normal.
Because it is. People say that in meetings all the time. It tells the room, I'm working on it, not I'm lost.
That feels very different.
It is different. Another way people do this is they say, let me think about the best way to answer that.
That sounds professional.
Because it shows intention, not panic.
So I'm not silent.
Exactly. Silence creates pressure. Small words remove pressure. Let's imagine it. Your manager asks a question.
Right. Let me think about the best way to answer that.
The room relaxes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel awkward.
Because you stayed in control of the moment, and once you have that time, your thoughts can come.
That feels powerful.
It is. That's how professionals speak, even when they are thinking. There's another moment that people don't talk about. You understand the question, you know what the topic is, but you're not sure how much to say.
Yeah, I feel that a lot.
And that's not an English problem, that's a workplace problem.
Really?
Yes. In meetings, nobody expects you to have the perfect answer. They expect you to contribute something useful.
That takes pressure off.
It should. So instead of thinking, I need the best idea, you think, I need one clear point.
Just one.
Exactly. That's how meetings move forward. So when you are asked something, and you understand it, but you don't know what to say first, you can do something very simple. You focus on one part of the question.
One part.
Yes. You might say, the first thing that comes to mind is...
The first thing that comes to mind is...
That tells the room you are starting, not finishing.
That feels less risky.
Because it is. You're not promising a big answer. You're opening a door. Another way people do this is they say, one thing we should consider is...
One thing we should consider is...
That sentence is very powerful. It shows you are thinking like part of the team.
Not like someone being tested.
Exactly. So let's put this into a real moment. Your manager asks you a question.
Okay.
You already understand it. You're just unsure how much to say.
Right.
You say...
The first thing that comes to mind is the deadline.
That is perfect. You didn't explain everything. You didn't panic. You simply added one useful thought.
It feels manageable.
That's what confidence really is. Not talking a lot, just talking when it matters.
I like that.
Good, because that's how people build trust in meetings. Let's pause for a moment. Think about how this episode started. You were in a meeting. You were being looked at. You felt pressure.
Yeah, that feeling.
Now listen to how you sound.
I don't feel frozen anymore.
Exactly. Nothing about your English suddenly changed. What changed was how you handled the moment.
I didn't panic. I stayed in the conversation.
And that is what people respect. Not perfect words, not fast answers. Presence.
I can feel that.
Good, because that's what this podcast is really about. Not teaching English, teaching you how to use English.
That makes a big difference.
It really does. So the next time someone says,
Alex, what do you think?
you won't freeze. You'll acknowledge, you'll organize, you'll take time, you'll give one clear point.
That feels doable.
That's because it is. Before we go, let's do something together. Think about the last time you were put on the spot at work.
That moment you wanted to disappear.
Yes. Now imagine that same moment again, but this time you stay calm. You speak. You stay in control.
That feels much better.
Hold on to that feeling. That's what you are building. And now we'd love to hear from you. What is the hardest moment for you at work? Is it meetings? Is it speaking in front of others? Is it answering quickly?
Yeah, tell us.
Write it in the comments. Not perfectly, just honestly.
And we read them.
And you're not alone in this. A lot of people feel exactly the same. If this episode helped you even a little, you can support this podcast by liking it and subscribing.
It helps more people find it.
And it lets us keep making more episodes like this. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you in the next one.